The greatest challenge of farming in Ethiopia has been the problem of actually farmers not getting as much as they expected. Now, when we brought in and introduced new fertilizers based upon their soil conditions, they could see that they are getting very, very higher yield. At the same time, new improved agronomic practices such as raw planting, raw fertilizer application, all this combined, farmers are now talking about between 6 to 8 tons of cereals and between 10 to 12 tons of maize.
3 years ago, Professor Tekalign started to lead a project called the Ethiopia project that aimed to map the soil conditions and the soil fertility of the entire country, wareda by wareda. And this Ethiopia project will give us much more detailed information on the soil fertility and the types of nutrients different farmers would require around the country, so they can move beyond just using DAP and urea to actually use blended fertilizer that are much more targeted to the types of nutrient deficiencies that you see in their soils.
So far, we have done mapping or surveying in 255 districts, and we have recommended, based upon that, 6 fertilizers at national level. In order to provide these fertilizers, we are building 5 fertilizer blending plants in 4 regions, but this may not be adequate, and we hope to actually do more, both by public and private partnership as well, and that means there will be more plants and farmers can get their fertilizers from nearby areas.
As far as natural resource development and curbing soil degradation in the country is concerned, I think Professor Tekalign has played a key role in leading one of the initiatives of developing a strategy which we call a community-based participatory watershed development strategy. Because of this strategic direction, now we are aggressively implementing watershed development by the active participation of the community. Millions of farmers each year are trying to develop their watershed and curb soil degradation.
When technologies are implemented at grassroots level, they may be implemented in a very different way, but it's up to us in the ministry and in the regional governments to make sure that these technologies are implemented in the right way.
He's been a leading driver of the need and importance of protecting our soil fertility and conserving our soil nutrients for the past 20 to 30 years. So his leadership in this space is really far-reaching. Over the past 3-4 years, the availability of new technologies, such as remote sensing and satellite technology, have actually enabled Professor Tekalign to contribute even greater to the soil information of the country.
We have very good setup for training farmers compared to other African countries. So farmers can capture and grasp ideas and new technologies very easily. Increased production will actually add value to industrial growth. And perhaps what we can see is more processed goods that we can export compared to export of cereals and legume seeds.